Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one. Back with another one. This is Sunday Dailies. This is Sunday Dailies. Oh, this is Sunday Dailies. I mean, what we did the 33rd edition, right? Now it's the 34th edition. Last week didn't really say much. I know people was hating all day long, but it was on. No, November 5th was wild. I know people didn't participate. I was doing my thing and just getting relaxing, whatever. But as y'all can tell, as y'all can tell, Sunday dailies is just another thing that I got to get used to and the hang of. Pre-record is kind of down. A lot of people don't like it; they prefer live streams. Well, live streams to me is overrated. Um, because people start going crazy, start beefing with others, it gets stupid. But what you understand what's going on, this is the thing. Now, if you pre-record, like I said, this nigga's using a microphone. Who cares? I have to. I got to be different because last time, back in the day, um, when I pre-record, I didn't have a microphone. This is just a supplementation of podcasting, things like that nature. You get caught up in, and you learn a lot of things. It's not about just doing YouTube; it's about doing content. Period. And like I said on that live stream, stagnation content is over. You can't stagnate and talk about the same stuff about drama and gender wars. That's not content. That shit gets stale. YouTube is known for that. They'll look for evergreen content creators to build up platforms. I mean, I say some out stuff that was not popular. Now, they took my man's site down. They suspended him. I can't even use that no more because he got to do something. They took him off the Google, man. Like, it's so much information. It's a lot going on with the war and stuff, and that's part of it. And it's part of what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful, because everybody's emotional right now. It's my vitamin C. My vitamin C. Get some electrolytes. My sinus is acting up. I got to stay caffeinated. That's the vitamin water with the gold. It's got the caffeine in it. That citrus. That shit is dope. But that just lets you know we here. So we know the Eagles got a bye week today. So we'll see them next week. But this week, I just want to talk about certain things, and certain individuals get caught up on a lot of stuff. But when you're in a zone like I am, you don't think about a lot of things. So not telling people what to do is one thing, but when you get into the motion of content, you just learn a lot. A lot of people, and last week I think, was it Friday night with Zip exposing probably exposing 10 Toes being a liar as police, and he was, and Zip's onto him. So he's got people that know that there's a lot of frauds out here on the internet. And it's hard, it's a lot of frauds on here. But that issue over there in the Holy Land is wild. I'm not gonna talk about it too much. They just get in that motion. I'm going to put this down. I'm gonna put it down because I wasn't that inappropriate on here, but it's a lot of that going on. So when you talk about things that really matters to certain people, you know it's crazy. Everybody in the climate changing of the matters. So yeah, everybody's saying they fleeing to safety and all that. I'm looking at it. But yeah, Zip and that 10 Toes guy, I just want to talk about something from last week. He 10 said something, he had a live stream. I watched him, I sky watched him, I cloud watched him, and I don't mess with him. I'm not subscribed to 10, And 10 said some damning things, lies on Zip, right? He's the type of dude that you got to look at, and then he tries to say he ain't a police. I said, dude, you police. You had the hand signals and everything. If your whole family represents law enforcement, he should be the same. He should have been honest with it. But you can't. And I know why he's protecting Bimmy, too. Bimmy probably done paid him a lot of money. And Bimmy is known, a lot of people know Team Spring, but no one cares for Bimmy. To me, he's irrelevant. All right. Zip knows a lot about these niggas. When you talk about the street shit, he got the ear of the streets of New York, and he got it. He's got it. I support his channel. I think he's entertaining. He had I think he had Tax Stone. I mean, if you really I think he's a Tax Stone supporter, and then him and Joe got at it. Zip's that guy, bro. I mean, New York, he said something about Matt Hoffa got pistol whipped and got his ass beaten, and then Lock Guns took his gun. That's why Math and them niggas was flagging him and Scheme, because that's why they took some of his videos down. It was attacking that man. See, Zip realized, he said, no. They're going to play dirty. They are dirty. If I told Zip, this is what they do. This is the internet. I dealt with this shit for years. I dealt it in 2012 when they knocked my channel off, when I was going against the GMS niggas, these CIA agents out there, niggas disguising as Chinese the whole time. And a lot of people try to say it's them. No, it's a combination of the agents pretending to be Asians with them fake troll face. Those were niggas. Want us up out of here. And that didn't work. I stand tall in 2012 since they were bitch made and they couldn't do that no more. Now I'm back. Can't do that no more. They'll flag your channel now if you do that. Lies and shit. Fuck them niggas. That's why I keep my shit small. Yeah, Elder Young One, salute to him, the elder. We praising Yah over here. They over here with Yahshua and all this other shit. We ain't dealing with that, or Yahweh shot, all that. We don't deal with that. They ain't idolatry, bro. That's why they messed up over here all day, every day. Just like these niggas talking about police stuff. You gotta understand. You gotta understand something. That stuff catches up with you in the long run. But if you understand how the world works, you know this is not the time to be playing around. Okay? But when you see the big picture, what's going on, you understand that a lot of things has got to come into play. A lot of things got to come into play. So as I'm talking, as I'm seeing things from a perspective that needs to be said, right? I don't understand why people get caught up in the madness. You know what I mean? It just goes to show you that I understand the ramification of the dirty, the filthy section. A lot of people call it the dirty section of YouTube. Nori called it correctly, the filthy section. He's talking about 10 toes and all them other niggas be lying and scheming, all them being clowns. They all suckers, Bullets guy, that's their little clique. And Hassan, that's their little section of Black YouTube. The dramatization. See, Stars are part of. A lot of people try to say, well, Stars are the part. No, that's what he reports on. He reports on the nigga shit. That's what sells. That's why he gets views. He's a shock jock. To deal with hip hop and all that. It's actually a wider audience, but that filthy section makes what YouTube is. That's the brand of YouTube you see today. And then you got a bigger levels of that because they done sold out to Esau and them all the other groups, the so-called white man and his fake names that he called himself, the elite of them, right? That's what runs it. We already know they got Google and the CIA controls YouTube because you got CIA guys and police niggas on here. Just don't argue with them on live stream. I learned this 2 years ago. You had an agent amongst us and try to infiltrate. I saw this on live stream. I saw it on people, what their background is, because if you listen to them long enough, you know what they're about. And they always tell you they see what they do, and then they show you reports. I had to cut ties with one of them, and it happens. We keep our distance. I mean, we don't speak, but I already know what they are. So I stopped fucking with a lot of people. And they try to say it's me. No, it's them. Fuck them niggas. That's why I am where I am. Zip is learning. You got to go. You got to get it for yourself. It's competition. These niggas ain't shit. I make they challenge what they are. See, what I do is they try to say, "Oh, this guy's an op." I'm not a op. Y'all the ops. Y'all the ones be telling and ruining people's lives. Y'all okay with that? And try to say we have a problem. No, y'all the ones okay with that. 10 toes and all them niggas is rats and don't even understand that he'll get off it any day. Tim did what, 21 years? And I said, how can he be a cop? That nigga's a cop, you bitch ass nigga. He's always been police. He always want to double tap and argue. Do not argue with bitch ass niggas like that. That's why he won't even last, especially in the South. They get done in down here too. You know how many cops, you know how many law enforcement jobs is open down here? A lot. In Cobb County, they had like, if you want to be a cop, it's $50,000 to get in. They'll pay. No, excuse me. Let me phrase it. They'll pay you $55,000. The area I live in, right, and it has Cobb County Police. It's $50,000. They'll hire you for 50,000, right? That's a lot of people say that's a lot of money. Technically, that's not a lot of money nowadays. Back in the day, it was something, yeah. But for a first start, 50,000, that is a lot of money, but it's not really a lot of money nowadays because the way the economy is and the inflation, you already know. But who wants to be a Cobb County police officer? That's time consuming. A bunch of rednecks and niggas, right? Derelict niggas, right? And you have to understand you're risking your life out there writing tickets, and then you have to. I think you're gonna be on those body cam channels I told y'all about, the body cam channels. A lot of those cops is getting losing their jobs left and right over that. It hurts. It affects them too. See, they try to say it affects the civilian. No, it affects them too because that's their bottom line. They need the money. They need bodies so they can patrol this shit. And police are right. See, the DA only screws them at the end. But you have to understand that's the world we live in. So if you're gonna talk shit on the internet, so you got information somebody, you got files on people, you're the police, you're the agent, you're a cop, you're law enforcement. Nobody in the world can sit on the internet and tell me that ain't no police shit. That is police shit. I don't give a fuck who it is. Yes, they can be hackers too. You got two types, actually three. The first type, I told y'all this, and I said this on a live stream 2 years ago to somebody. I know what hackers are, and he tried over the no, nigga, you can't tell me shit about hacking because I got that from Norton. No one talks about it. Norton Security, antivirus, and all that. They are software engineers, but not only that, they do it all the time with the cybersecurity thing. So there's a list of color hats if you're a hacker. So green hat's the amateur, right? You got the scribble. That means he's a scrub. That's a scrub hat. You're a scribble. You're just out there. But if you're a green hat hacker, you're an amateur. Blue hat. I think blue hat is basically a revenge guy. That's a one-on-one thing. The highest level hacker hat is the red hat. The red hat is basically vigilantism. That a lot of people say you can't do vigilantism like that, but they do it anyway. But that's their style of the hacking. It's up tier where the gray is. So it's red hat is top and then gray. Some people have them mixed up. But the black and white is on a neutral field. So we're gonna break that down. Okay. The black hat hackers is the terrorists that the news people talk about. They talk about them so much because if you play Watch Dogs, a black hat hacker is basically a guy that likes to tamper with stuff, criminal shit, terroristic shit, right? That's the criminals. Black hat hackers, they in their own gang, their own interest. They have malice content. Malicious content. So a malicious content character will be black hat hacker is the villains in that game. Same with the woman in the DLC in Watch Dogs 2. All that. Now, a white hat hacker is nothing but security, nothing but the police. And I'll tell you why. There's a lot of white hat hackers on the internet, and there's a lot of them on Google and YouTube. They're the police, man. There's a lot of agents that work for the CIA are white hat hackers. Y'all do know that, right? It's in the military. They're everywhere. You can't go. They'll get you. They'll knock on your door and then they got you. See, a gray hat hacker is non-malicious. Okay, I'll tell you what a gray hat hacker is. So unlike the group of the anonymous, right? A group of anonymous is a group of people of gray hat hackers by definition, right? So when you talk about people like that, You understand there's a couple of things wrong with that. Like a gray hat hacker always exists. It could be a friendly neighborhood neighbor. It could be a guy down the street disguised as a black hat or a white hat. But if he's not either of those, he's a gray. I told you there's three types that we see commonly. Is white hat, black hat, and gray hat. White hat is security. That's police, law enforcement, government agency, you name it. That's the police. That's the government and the police in the one. Because they always going to try to help you out based off their context and what a white hat hacker is. See, a black hat is basically a terrorist. He's the opposition of the white. Now the gray is in the middle. The gray is kind of like up tier of the two. Now, if you're a gray hat hacker, you're like an activist. Your job is like a hacktivist, they would say. A hacktivist would be like an anonymous group that's hidden and all that. You don't know who he is, but he has the skills better than the black and the white hats. You know, the gray hats give you the dirty secrets. There is non-malicious, right? But here's a secret. A gray hat hacker is basically a guy, what you see in Watchdogs, he's more like a vigilante hacker, but he's not. He's more of an activist, but he sees the problems and ills in the government. That's corruption. Their main goal is they look for corruption. That's their main goal. And a lot of people say it's illegal to be a gray hat. That's fair, but in reality, it's not illegal. As long as he's doing it without your permission, basically. See, the white hat, you can have permission to help somebody. You're the police, you help the civilian regardless. Gray hats don't help civilians. They do help civilians sometimes. Sometimes the civilians appreciate it, some don't. So it's like a iffy there. You know what I'm saying? Grays are not as bad as black hat. Can't do nothing to grays. They're activists. They have freedom of speech. That's what's saving them. And what's saving them is they don't get arrested a lot. Yeah, they get arrested and then they get sent out. They got money. So jurisdiction sees that and law enforcement be like, we ain't fooling them gray. It's hard to take them down. They're skillful. But some of them gray hats do get hired as white hat hacks because they know what a white hat is. You're protecting the people. Some of them came out of the white hat stock, and some of them came out of the black hat stock. That's why you got a mix of both. But when you're a gray hat, you're basically an activist. That's basically it is. And the red hat, I just told you, vigilante. That's what happened to Aiden Pierce in that series in Watch Dogs. And I played all three of them. I played the first one, the second one, and Legion. Very accurate what's going on today in technology and where it's heading. That's what you got now overseas, you know. That IDF government better be careful. A lot of those Arabs got hackers too that can destroy your little shit. Because it's gonna be guerrilla warfare, but I'm not gonna get into it that deep. That guy said it and he says guerrilla warfare, and it is, and I agree with him. That's gonna be the kicker. And we're gonna have to this country's gonna have to endure that. And you know, the military is very that's a separate topic I won't touch. If you want that topic, I could do it on someone else's panel. I ain't gonna do it on mine and jeopardize mine because I'm already the bad guy over here. So that's easy to talk about. Nobody's talking about that because I can't bring info and information because my man's page got knocked. So that's not the end of him. I hope he comes back, but it is what it is. It's controversial, and I hope he comes back in full force. But anyways, what you see now, people's content is changing. I saw Duke the Don. He's more of a pro Edomite guy, you know, a Hamite, of course. You know, you can't trust him half of the time, but it is what it is. So he showed his hand. Everybody showed their hand at the end of the day, but you just can't expect me to believe that you on our side, but you're not. That's ham for you. That's ham for you. I'm just seeing what's what. but it just goes to show you where we at. I'm just looking at something right now. Yeah, I gotta put this down because I ain't gonna let it distract me. Whatever, but you know how it is. But sir's been doing wild stuff, keeping up with the news and everything, what's going on, you know. But I told y'all the Republican debate is a shit show, right? I said that last week. It's a shit show. And it's disgusting. Like the candidates are just pathetic. Just like I said, you know, they're desperate. Ever since that war kicked off, they just want to throw shots and blows and typical answers and what you're going to see next year. Next year is going to be a circus. I already told y'all it's a circus because you're going to see content like this, and I'm going to pre-record way more than anything else. And the more I pre-record, the more soundproof I get. This is where it's at, you know, so far until I get a new area or whatever. Um, yeah, this is it for Sunday dailies. I'm not going to go too long, but in reality, you're going to see the things what I'm going to tell you. Now, I am going to drop a recording of a Thursday Thrills. Um, this is the Thursday Thrills. I will say, I mean, check it out this coming up week on the Independent Thinking series. That'll be the 34th edition. And then you got the 83rd edition of Thursday Thrills. And then the 84th, you already know it's going to be pre recorded. That's going to be pre recorded, by the way. So you're going to see, and just look out for the drops. Look out for the drops. Okay. And I'm not playing around, you know, because I already know Thanksgiving is next week, not this week, but the next week, because that's going to be a thing. I don't know what Thanksgiving is going to bring. I don't know where we stand at and all this other stuff. We're going to see. But Sunday dailies, I got to drop this. Is basically I'm saying is get your mind right, because right now it's just like it just goes to show you where we at today. Because I feel like if you're going to talk about things, make it accurate and make it soundproof. So that's all I got. But you know, but yeah, it's been crazy, man. You know, I've been watching two guys that didn't like each other in the beginning, and he's been home since the pandemic and things like that. But Zip is entertaining. He's leading that section of YouTube. The Hassan Campbell said I call that the filthy section too. Nori said it best. There's a reason for that. But the guys that Zip is going at, they're filthy niggas. They dirty. They talk a whole lot of shit. Nobody ain't listening to them niggas. Gully's a part of that too. Gully TV's part of that. He be going back and forth with them, Kev Rowe and all them, Star. That's that section. And the audience just love it. A lot of followers are bots anyway, so we already know. And niggas blend over and they ain't talking about nothing. See, Black YouTube is vast. I try to tell you, Black YouTube is vast. It ain't just the so-called red pill space and all that. You niggas is bitch made in middle school. Y'all ain't even a part of it. Y'all part of the probably a speck of tier of that. The filthy section got y'all beat. That's the whole section. You don't go nowhere. The highest you go is the filthy section. Y'all ain't shit. And nobody fucks with y'all like that. That's why y'all niggas talking about the same bullshit and y'all the suckers in real life. Y'all a small fraction. Kevin Samuels is a small fraction. Y'all don't run nothing, and y'all didn't. It's the filthy section. Star them. They ran the podcast and things like that because you niggas is hoes that had an issue with me. What? Probably 3 years ago, and then 2 years ago, the niggas that fell out with me, and that's cool. It's always been this way, and then y'all been doing this for a long time. So I get what Zip is talking about, but Zip has to understand these niggas ain't never been shit since I left this shit. Probably 2014. My absence was 2015 to probably 2020, and I came back in 2021, and that was the years that you just get to see what's what, and that's the whole purpose of me being back online. And in 2021, I just exploded, even though my numbers is up and down sometimes. And this year's been good to me, and I'm starting pre-recording it with the mic. You already know how it is. So at that, until next time, uh, shalom to the people of Israel and the Gentiles. Until next time, I will see y'all on the next one, and I'm signing off, and I'm out.